Hello everyone, my name is Anish. I am doing Master of Engineering Management in Coventry University PSB Academy. This presentation for the sustainability and the global business environment. Stakeholder analysis in semiconductor industry. Introduction. Focusing on how semiconductor contributes to global sustainability through energy efficiency, smart technology, and stakeholder collaboration to push the built environment toward a net zero future. We need unified efficiency, economical, environmental, and socially. This presentation give you the direction. Let's start. Why sustainability in semiconductor industry? The semiconductor industry has a massive environmental footprint. A single fab uses over 150,000 tons of water daily, contributing to a major carbon load from 24/7 operations. Now, the global pressure is mounting. Governments like the US and Singapore are driving green manufacturing, while major clients such as Apple and Intel are demanding low carbon supply chains under strict ESG frameworks. Sustainability is no longer optional, it is essential. These practices not only reduce costs through efficiency and recycling, but also strengthen corporate reputation and secure long-term regulatory compliance for the industry future resilience. Let's look at the key challenges. The 24/7 nature of our fabs demands intense energy. Intel alone used 11.7 billion kilowatt-hour electricity in last year. Our industry commitment is clear, achieving net zero GHG emission by 2040. Next is the water. Chip making requires massive volume of ultra-pure water. TSMC reportedly uses over 156,000 tons daily. We must follow models like Singapore's new water to become water net positive globally by 2030. Finally, the wastages. Hazardous materials require us to embrace circular economy models and drastically improve recycling rates across the supply chain. Balancing this aggregation production growth with environmental stewardship is the biggest challenge for our sector going forward. Our semiconductor industry now facing a triple challenge globally. Ecologically, the pressure is undeniable. High carbon emissions, huge energy and water demands are seriously depleting resources like places in Taiwan. But see, this is actually an economic opening. Going green with energy efficient equipment directly lower long-term running cost. It's a smart investment. And the social issue, we have a critical talent shortage. We must urgently fund the training now to close the engineer shortage by 2030. These three systems are fully connected. Let's see the stakeholder analysis. Let's look at the critical role of governments and regulators, especially how they mandate compliance with major global environmental standards. Singapore's sustainability framework is guided by the Singapore Green Plan 2030, which sets clear national targets to advance sustainable development. It builds upon the Zero Waste Master Plan introduced in 2019, which drives Singapore toward a circular economy with a goal to reduce waste sent to landfill by 30% by 2030. The Green Plan aligns with international commitment under the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda and the Paris Agreement and positioning Singapore to achieve net zero emission by 2050. It is anchored by five key pillars: city nature, sustainable living, energy reset, green economy, and resilient future. Similarly, globally sustainable is linked policies shape industries. The US Chips and Science Act addresses economic, sustainable, and national security priorities. The ISO 14001 standard supports companies in developing environmental management systems, while the EU's ROHS Directive 2002 restricts hazardous substances in electronic products to safeguard health and the environment. The next stakeholders are employees and local communities. The semiconductor industry demands a highly skilled workforce with thousands employed in facilities such as those in South Korea. However, the nature of semiconductor manufacturing involves extensive use of chemicals, which has raised serious health concerns. Epidemiological studies have shown that female operators, particularly those aged between 20 and 24 who worked before 2010, faced a significant higher risk of developing leukemia and non-Hodgkin lymphoma. These findings highlight the urgent need for stronger workplace safety standards and better chemical management. From an environmental perspective, the industry also poses challenges for local communities. Groundwater contamination by organic solvents has been a major issue. For example, in Taiwan during the 1990s, where a court ordered the RCA Corporation, current owner, to pay 18 million US dollar in compensation to affected workers and families. Additionally, the industry large energy consumption, depletion of raw material, and increasing e-waste continue to exert pressure on the environment, calling for more sustainable manufacturing and waste management practices. Next, NGOs and civil society. Non-governmental organizations play a crucial role in promoting environmental transparency and ethical supply chains within the semiconductor industry. Given the sector complex and global network and NGO pressure help ensure that operations remain both morally responsible and environmentally sustainable. Research has shown that external influences such as NGO advocacy and regulatory requirements have a statistically significant impact on the adoption of green supply chain management or GSSCM. In fact, the studies confirm the reliability of this relationship with all consistency ratios falling below 0.1. The overall external influence value of the environmental context on GSCM adoption was measured at 0.25, a clear indication of the leverage NGOs and environmental bodies possess in shaping industry practices. Collaboration with organizations like the CDP, WWF, and the Responsible Business Alliance have further enhanced corporate accountability. Additionally, public campaigns and social media activism have placed visible pressure on major players such as TSMC to report transparently on their corporate social responsibility efforts and highlighting the growing power of civil society in driving sustainable. Final stakeholders are investors and business owners. Environmental, social, and governance or ESG investment is becoming a key driver of sustainable business growth. By 2025, global ESG assets are expected to reach 53 trillion US dollars, making up more than 30% of total global assets under management. Green finance plays an essential role here and providing the capital needed to support environmentally responsible operations. ESG disclosure not only enhances transparency but also encourages innovation by easing financial constraints. When companies communicate their sustainability effort clearly, they reduce information gaps that often limit funding for high-risk and innovative projects. Moreover, research shows a positive link between ESG disclosure and technological innovation capability. Firms that prioritize ESG initiatives tend to achieve better long-term financial performance, improved market value, and greater resilience in research and development. Finally, disclosure through recognized framework like CDP and Global Reporting Initiative attracts responsible investors. For example, Intel's inclusion in ESG has strengthened both its capital access and corporate reputation, providing that sustainability and profitability can go hand in hand. For semiconductor industry, sustainable business recommendations. The semiconductor industry is spine of modern digital world, but it has a serious problem. We are seeing massive economic growth, and let's see, there is a huge sustainability gap. Semiconductor fabs consume too much electricity and release huge GHG emissions. It's very resource intensive. The key issue is companies are focusing only on their own internal complaints and their own brand image. Actually, that is not enough. We have a big innovation gap. Just about 3% of all research publications for the actual academia-industry partnerships. This means the science isn't reaching the factory floor. Simple. My business recommendation is clear here. We need industry solidarity and we must urgently switch to the business diplomacy. This is about proactive and integrated collaboration with all stakeholders, investors, suppliers, and especially communities and academia. We need integrated efficiency in operational and environmental to the secure, truly sustainable and competitive future. Our analysis of business benefits of sustainability from 2012 to 2021 proves one thing: sustainability and profit go hand in hand. Total revenue grew up by an impressive 172%. This growth was actually supported by green initiatives. Emissions fell by 32% because of renewable power and better efficiency. Investing in green technology is not just ethical, it lowers operational costs and reduces exposure to volatile markets. Socially, 70% of our revenue now comes from FAMES and certified CSR reports. That builds immense public trust. The numbers are clear: 183% increase in capacity and 228% more patents, even during COVID. Sustainable practices are the real engine for growth and long-term resilience. Finally, the conclusion. The semiconductor industry stands at a very crucial point today. It drives global innovation and powers the core technologies that shape our lives, from artificial intelligence and electric vehicles to smartphones and cloud computing. However, this progress comes with a heavy environmental cost. Chip manufacturing consumes large amount of energy and ultra-pure waters while also producing significant carbon emissions. To ensure continued growth and maintain its social responsibility, the industry must address these sustainability challenges effectively. By studying the example of TSMC, Microelectronics, and Intel, we can identify practical strategies and best practices to balance economic success with environmental care. In the future, aligning innovation with sustainability will be key to building a greener and more resilient semiconductor industry future. Thank you.